Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who rule well. And shalom to sincere, hopeful, elect brothers and sisters listening and learning. And to you brothers preaching and teaching this truth through the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Nathan, coming out of the GMS Indianapolis camp. Coming back with a quick video. I'm not going to watch the whole video, but we'll get through most of it, and we'll get some precepts to be edifying. But you can see the title says the job market in America is collapsing, and it is, man. Here it is. It's like the first time in a long time that there's more people unemployed than there are jobs available. So that goes to show you the state of this economy, man. You know, so hey, the brothers and sisters in the faith, you know, that are fighting, day by day, week in, week out, month after month, year after year. Hey, if you got your jobs, don't BS around at your job. Just do your best to keep it. Pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, because hey, it's rough out here. You see a lot. You see the Lord's got His protection over us, so we're not really feeling it like the rest of the world. The rest of the world is in shambles. You seeing it, especially these Edomites, the so-called white people, right? They're finally feeling what it's like to be a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. But it feels like to be one of us, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a scripture right off the back off of that point right there. It's Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh Shema Shah, that power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee, that persecuted thee. All right. So all the curses that we face in Deuteronomy 28 are starting to what? Go on the heathen. Especially Esau, even the so-called white man. All right. They're not prospering anymore like they used to. All right. The so-called white man has lost his woman to what? To you Israelites, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's another downfall of the kingdom, is your own women from your own people don't even want you. You know, so Todd and Brad are losing, man. They want Jake. They want the real kings. You know, the true princes of the world, right? Let's see that we're all seeing the decline of this society and the rise of the Israelite man. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right, play this video.
Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk today about how the job market in America is crashing. In August, only 22,000 jobs were created. There's about 340 million people here in the United States. 22,000 jobs is virtually nothing for a country this size. Meanwhile, unemployment has gone up to 4.3%, and that's not even with the revisions. Once those are done, it's probably going to be worse than that. So the job growth has slowed down.
And mind you, that's not counting the people that they just got one part-time job because they just need something, you know, some type of income, right? So those are counting as people as working. So it's really worse than that. Like I said, Yahweh Shema Shah has been protecting us and shielding us from what's happening to these people around us, man. That's why people are losing it, man. In traffic, you get cut off, motherfuckers is ready to just unload on you, you know? As soon as the light turns green, motherfuckers is already laying on the horn. Like, these people are just frustrated with life. That it did everything that the Babylonian way, the way of America, and it didn't work. All the lies, you know, if I did this, I do that, if I work hard, if I go to school, now these people are just drowning in debt, trying to live the American dream, which, like George Carlin said, the comedian, he said, they call it the American dream because you got to be asleep to believe it. All right, and when you wake up to this truth, man, we understand that this really the American nightmare, this big open world prison for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Now, it's been straight hell for us, and it's going to still continue to be like that until Yahweh Shai comes back and delivers us.
Across all industries, and this is the beginning of what an economic breakdown looks like.
Let me tell you how bad the job market is right now. I got laid off about 36 days ago. Probably 200 applications in. Out of that, probably 25 rejection letters. Signed up at Walmart for a job. Signed at the local Publix, my grocery store, for a job. No interviews, no contacts. Out of all the applications I put in, I've had 2 interviews, been ghosted probably 15 times. Then I decided, well, you know what? I'll do DoorDash. Went to do DoorDash, couldn't get on in the area. Your zone is full. Can't even do DoorDash. That's how bad it is. I've been aged out 36 days. This is the longest I've ever been without a job, ever.
And that's another thing too. Now this older generation, especially even the ones that are retired, right? And they're figuring out too that there's no such thing as retiring in America because things keep getting more expensive, and these people are on fixed incomes, and they're not going to make enough to sustain themselves. So now they're just trying to re-enter the workforce, right? There's only so many door greeter jobs, movie theater jobs, fast food jobs. All right, and these people are flooding back in the market trying to work, and there's no jobs to grab. There's one lady, she had went through like 300 or 600 applications or something. Like, she's an HR, she ain't never seen it this bad in 11 years. So hey, we're here, man. These people are getting ready to get desperate. Is it Jerry Salente used to say, or he says still? He said, when people have nothing to lose, what? They lose it. And that's what's getting ready to happen.
In my life. 23 years in the military, master's degree, bachelor's, tons of experience. Can't find anything.
I'm a recruiter, and I work in the life sciences industry. I posted a position yesterday.
Yeah, this is that lady right here, actually.
On LinkedIn for a data scientist role. The role is remote. It filters out anyone that doesn't live in the U.S. Has knockout questions for people just to make sure that they meet the qualifications for the role. So active applications, I log in today, over 600. Taking a look through all of the applications, every single person is qualified. I have to go through and reject over 600 people for a job that these people probably well deserve because our market is crashing. I've never seen anything like this in the 11 years that I've been recruiting. The job market is awful right now.
Man, it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I wanted to actually come on here and post a video, but I'm really at the end of my rope, and I'm not sure what else to do. So a little bit of backstory. I worked as a director of client delivery and also a director of operations at a Fortune 15 organization for the last 2 years. Before that, I was a director of operations at a different company. So I've worked really hard. I have 3 degrees. I have an MBA. Worked really hard throughout my life to get into corporate America and rise through the ranks and do a really good job. Left my job, was at a great organization, but corporate America, and I was laid off with 136 of my colleagues back in November of 2024. I knew the job market was brutal. I didn't realize it was this brutal. I still have not found employment. I've applied to well over 300 jobs. I've had some interviews. I get to final rounds. It's always somebody else that they go with. So I know that it's not my experience. It's just someone maybe that has more experience than I do. I don't know. But I'm at the point where I've exhausted everything. I'm a single parent, so I'm the only earner. I have exhausted my severance package. I've exhausted my savings. I've exhausted my Fidelity accounts, all of my stock. Everything's gone. I'm down to the last bit to get me through the next few weeks. On top of it, my landlord has told me that he is selling the house that I rent from him that I've been in for the last 3 years. He's selling that at the end of my lease, which is up at the end of August. So if you know anything about renting, you can't go get a new place if you can't show proof of employment. So I'm at a loss. I'm not really sure what to do.
I got a job offer for a place, a tanning salon, a managerial position, right? Required my bachelor's degree. I was like, yeah, of course. This is good. I'll be working with, different environment. I like, makeup, blah, blah, blah. $14 an hour. $14 an hour. What? I wouldn't have been able to f***ing eat with $14 an hour. Like, it required my bachelor's degree. I went to the interview. I almost took the job, honestly. But I didn't. I said I would rather be unemployed. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And this is a tanning salon that is very well known. I'm pretty sure it's in every state. It is so baffling that they're paying their people like that. Especially how overpriced their shit is.
So I just came out of the City of Burbank job fair and media expo where there were no jobs available. It was about 2,000 people, including me, holding resumes, and a bunch of tents of people, I guess, promoting their businesses, I guess, and no one was hiring at all, including the company that just laid me off. There were about 100 people in line to talk to them, and then there was just like a lady from there being like, if you're trying to drop off a resume, just go online, it's all online. I talked to a lady from the Burbank Library. She's like, we're here to answer questions about the library. And I was like, okay, are you guys hiring? And she was like, I don't know, go online. Anyway, it was awful and demoralizing, but I did it. I gave it a try. I can say I tried. Do better, City of Burbank. There are a lot of people out there looking for jobs right now, and I think I was not the only one who expected there to be some people hiring at the job fair.
I'm to the point, I miss the days when you had to just go into a physical location, fill out an application, and you had one interview, you sat down, you talked to the freaking owner of the business, and at the end of it, you were offered a job or you were told no. I mean, I miss those days. Why in the flying do we have, why is it the way that it is today? I mean, two interviews and the questions that are asked, my goodness, I have never been asked such stupid ass questions in my entire life. The lady literally asked me, are you kind? What the how does like what the how does I don't understand. I'm going crazy. Like, are you guys hiring or not? Just, it's that simple. I'm fed up. I'm fed up, and I know
these people are finished completely through. You see it. And, you know, I'm not going to play all this. You guys can check it out. It's from a homestead journey. This lady's always posting video clips, compilations of, you know, different, you know, what people are talking about as far as housing and, you know, and the economic stuff, right? So, you know, hey, it's getting crazy. Look at this one down here. 21 hours ago. Do not quit your job. Layoffs are getting worse in 2025. Yeah, and the shit, even my company, I work for top 50 of the 500 Fortune 500 companies, and they're cutting plants and, you know, call Yabashima Shak at the plant I work at. They're actually investing even more money and adding more to it, and we're taking on more works as they're closing other places down. So, hey, Bark the Yabashima Shak for that. You know, so, hey, the Lord's with us, man. We don't have to worry in these times, because you know what? It's Isaiah 65 and verse 11. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh Bashim Shai, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Right. Who's this? These are the 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that want to continue to follow after false gods and false ideologies, and still want to celebrate these wicked-ass holidays, you know, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, so forth and so forth, and be all up in the spirit of America, Babylon the Great. All right. You want to pray to these false gods, including Jesus Christo, Jesus Christ, the so-called white man, right? Which is really Caesar Borgia. Verse 12, it says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that where I delighted not. Therefore thus said Yahweh Bashim Shai, behold, my servant shall eat but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Right. Because we're going to be fine regardless. Yeah, Abba Shema Shah is going to take care of his men and women of the Lord, man. All right? We ain't got nothing to worry, man. Hold on. What it say? Begging. Let's get this. Ooh. Hey. It's Psalms 37:25. I have been young and now am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Yeah, see? The righteous never been forsaken, or his seed begging bread, man. So Yahweh Shema Shah is going to take care of the ones that are rehearsing the righteous acts, trying their best ability, calling upon the name of Yahweh Shema Shah with truth and sincerity, man. We're going to be fine. So these rest of these people, they're suffering right now, hardcore suffering, because they don't have the truth. They don't have a way out. See, we have an escape through Yahweh Shem Shai and His Word. That's what comforts us. These people are running out of the comforts. All right, the drugs, the alcohol, the American Babylonian lifestyle is not enough anymore. The bread and circus is not enough. All right, these people are realizing this shit is over, and they're scared. All right, it's Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. And who's the keepers of the house? You know, these elite banking families. All right. You know, they're the ones in control, right? They're going to tremble because they're losing everything. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. See, the grinding ceasing. All right, there ain't gonna be no working. You know, from harlots all the way to construction workers and to computer scientists to marketing executives, salesmen, you name it. All right, they're gonna be through out here, and they are through. Like I said, people said putting 200-300 job applications in a year's time, and maybe 15 of them came through, but they didn't make the final cut. That shit, it's real out here. It's real in the field. Verse 4, and it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. Right. And he shall rise up to the voice of the bird, and all the dogs of music shall be brought low. Right. Ain't gonna be no partying and bullshit, man. All that shit's gonna be lackluster. You're gonna see businesses shutting down. You know, restaurants, bars, clubs, that's all about to be dissolved, man, because the mirth is gone, man. Yahweh Shema Shah is going to close shop on this place, man. So with that, I pray that was edifying to the elect, and I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem.